how you can quickly get to where you need to be for the slate, the challenging NBA DFS 9 gamer here for today. And it's showing here on the Domination Station Optimizer my exposures for just 3 lineups. And they all have Giannis, JaVale McGee, Dwayne Dedmon, and Andre Iguodala. Interestingly, I like the fact that McGee is in a late game. I can swap him out if needed. And then we've got, I'm not sure, the status of Dedmon as far as him playing or being 100%. So you have all these different scenarios. These lineups are going to change, definitely going to change throughout the day. As you can see them and view them at wealthyfantasyfootball.com. I'll also leave a link in the description of this video for accessing this system here, as it gave us just the basics, very early start of the day rundown of a projection for a optimal or cash perhaps lineup for today. As I noticed here, it had 2 Jazz players, and other than that, no real stacks, no game stacks that I can tell here. Let's just double check that, get a nice overview here of what we can look to expect from the NBA odds, as that info not coming up. Actually, it's up here anyways. My bad, because it's right here. So seeing that Utah is up against the Mavericks in a 1-point spread, that's a pretty good game to stack. In fact, in this game overview right here, what I would expect is today possible blowouts from the top over-under teams such as Milwaukee, and more so in tournaments. This is a tournament type of mindset, because you can be successful in both cash and tournament, I believe, using this system. So Lakers probably a blowout as well. Okay. But the game that probably will go over to be the highest is probably going to be the Minnesota-Toronto game. Okay, so the total I had, it's up on my site as well. I'll leave a description of that also on my blog to see, that being a consensus higher over-under game, not officially the highest, which would be the Lakers and Suns, looks like, for today, but things change slightly and so forth. So you can look at that, and then now I'm going to do a tournament optimal. Usually doing here a randomness of 5, so that we don't just have the same players over and over and over. And then we could do like a ladder stack with this, try to be successful in our tournaments. We can leave it here at 3 unique players, or if we want to get a little bit tighter, we could do 2. Let's get ourselves a good number of lineups here, 20. For example, if we do a 20 entry max, we have to get the teams in there that we want to stack. This is very important. Oh, also very important, we want to get a fan point range. In a large slate like this, 20 is fine. At least 20 points projected will be good in all positions there. So I'm going to say exactly 2 players for these higher end games, such as LA. Add that rule in there. It must abide by that. Also saying 2 for Minnesota. What was the other game here we're looking at? Just to double check here. I'm going to say 1 for the Raptors, just for the heck of it. This is an example of what I would maybe do for today. 1 for the Raptors, at least 1 player. Okay, so that already gives us 5, 6 specified players for the lineup. We could leave the other 3 open, or we could look to another team, such as also as well to add in there Milwaukee, for example, at least 1 player from there. Probably taking Giannis if it can. So let's see what happens. It's not too specific unless we actually set right here exposure minimums, things like that will really limit the player pool. But the player pool right now I can tell or I know is fairly large, so we can go ahead and optimize that as is. For our tournaments, just to double check we got a randomization so that we're not getting all the same players. We got 2 unique for each lineup. We got 20. The amount of lineups we want. We got fan point minimum range that is. So we can go ahead and roll with that. Let's try it. Because I'm not doing actual game stacks just because there's no higher over-unders that are going to be close. So it is a bit tricky for tonight, assuming or not. Whether you want to is fine. As far as the game scripting for these particular games, that it would not be so close. And as it comes up, we can already see exposure. It's still at 100%. Giannis, it appears, still 100%. Some of these guys will come out or go into the in all lineups just because we did set our team exactly at 2, so we can stack a couple games there. So that's what's happening. This is very important at the top. What I'll probably do once I have or adjust throughout the day, injuries and updates, and just overall projection updates, throughout the day. This will change, but the fan points here right now, totaling at 286. We want it higher than that. Hopefully we get some higher than that, but this is the highest we get here with these settings that we did for today. So just waiting for that to fill up the 20 lineups. And then what I'll do is I'll take this very top one and make sure it's laddered into very large tournaments and smaller tournaments. And probably even a couple cash games so that we can get, make some cash out of what we create here. So just adjusting that throughout the day. So I'm not sure if this will change, as it's got Culver, Hyde, Iguodala, Spellman, Ibaka, James, and Giannis, interestingly, here for top. And there's McGee, top projected probably tournament type stack lineup here for today. We can enter into many. I used to see I would mess up and I would just take these guys, actually do this the wrong way. I would just take whatever projected here at the top, like all these top players shown, and put them in lineups. And then I'd have to fit in, go down here because this guy doesn't fit, that guy doesn't fit. Go down here more and more and mess up my cash lineups. What it's better to do is just take this top one right here and make an adjustment or two and make it your one cash lineup. GPP, pretty much the same. You can put all these in, enter all these in, of course, for the 20 max, just to get different lineups for a particular contest, so that you get different chances, different scenarios, and one of them could reach, the top number 1 spot, even though this is the top projected one right here. Happens to be at 286, like I mentioned, total fan points. Hopefully, one of these would go way over 300 here for today, because we do have low totals. That's what we're expecting here, is that we're going to get that, and so it could be a lower total actual winning tournament play. I would say near or around 300 points for a lineup. So that's it. Leave you all with that. You have a great day.